There comes a time in life when you realize not everyone who smiles at you has good intentions. Not everyone who says they care actually does. It's a painful truth, one that most people learn the hard way. You give your heart to people thinking they'll protect it. You give your time, your energy, your trust, and in return, you expect the same. But some people only come close enough to see what you have, not who you are. There was once a girl named Ava. She was the kind of person who believed in goodness even when others didn't. If someone needed help, she'd be there. If someone was upset, she'd listen. Her friends often said she had a heart too soft for this world. But Ava thought that kindness was never a weakness. It was strength. She believed that love and compassion could change people, until one day her belief was tested. Ava met Liam at a small community event. He was charming, confident, and had the kind of smile that made people feel seen. At first, it felt like the universe had finally sent her someone who understood her soul. He'd text her, "Good morning," check in to see if she'd eaten, talk for hours about dreams and fears. For the first time in a long while, Ava felt special, like she mattered. And when you've been lonely for too long, even a little attention feels like love. Weeks turned into months, and Ava gave more and more of herself. She canceled plans to spend time with him. She changed her routines to fit his. She defended him when her friends warned, "He's not who you think he is." Ava would smile and say, "You just don't know him like I do." She thought loyalty could make someone stay. But love, built on one side, always collapses. Slowly, Liam began to change. The texts became shorter, the calls less frequent. When Ava shared her feelings, he said, "You're too sensitive." When she tried to talk about her dreams, he brushed them aside. What used to feel like connection now felt like confusion. She'd stare at her phone, waiting for messages that never came, convincing herself he was just busy. But deep down, she knew something was different. One evening, she saw him at a cafe with another girl. He looked happy, carefree, the way he used to look at her. Her chest tightened, but she didn't confront him. She just walked away, her heart heavy, but her eyes dry. That night, for the first time, Ava didn't cry. Instead, she sat quietly and whispered to herself, "I gave too much to someone who never deserved it." Days passed, then weeks. Pain slowly turned into reflection. Ava began to see how much she had lost trying to keep someone who didn't want to be kept. She remembered all the times she stayed up late, writing long messages, trying to fix something that wasn't broken. It was just never real. She realized she was loving the idea of him, not the truth of who he was. One afternoon, while sitting in the park, she saw an old woman feeding birds. One bird kept flying too close, snatching food from others and flying away. The woman smiled and said to Ava, "You see that one? It never stays long. It just takes and leaves." Ava watched quietly, and the woman added, "Don't waste your crumbs on birds that never stay. The ones that do, they're the ones who trust you." Those words struck her deeper than she expected. Ava went home and looked at herself in the mirror. For the first time, she didn't see a broken girl. She saw someone who loved deeply, who cared honestly, who gave without holding back. But she also saw someone who needed to learn a boundary, the kind that protects, not isolates. She whispered to her reflection, "I won't stop being kind. I'll just be kinder to myself." First, months later, Liam reached out again. The usual "Hey, how have you been?" text, the kind that brings back old memories and unhealed wounds. But Ava didn't reply. She smiled softly, put her phone down, and continued writing in her journal. She didn't need closure anymore. She had already given it to herself. Hava learned that the purest hearts attract both light and shadows. Some people come into your life to teach you how to love, while others teach you when to stop. Both lessons are valuable, but the second one hurts more. It's the one that makes you grow. There's a kind of peace that only comes after pain, the peace of knowing you survived what was meant to break you. Ava started spending more time with people who truly cared, her family, her friends, her own dreams. She learned to enjoy solitude, to see beauty in quiet moments. She realized her worth was never tied to how much someone loved her, but how much she respected herself, and in time, her heart healed. Not perfectly, some scars stayed as reminders, but she was no longer afraid of them, because scars are proof that you gave something real. They the price of having a genuine heart in a world that often mistakes softness for weakness. So, if you listening to this, and you've been hurt for caring too much, let the pain harden you. Just learn from it. Protect your heart, not by building walls, but by building wisdom. Give your love to people who see it as a gift, not a convenience. Remember, not everyone deserves your heart, but the right ones will never make you question giving it. And one day, like Ava, you'll look back and smile. Not because it didn't hurt, but because it taught you what real love looks like, the kind that starts within.